Today let us start fifth unit, gas turbines. So far we have discussed about steam turbines where working fluid is steam. But in case of gas turbines, the working fluid is gas or it can be air also. As we know that steam engines works based on Rankine cycle, but gas power cycles are works based on Joule or Brayton cycle. As we know that in Rankine cycle there is a phase change because in the process 4 to 1 the water will be converted into steam in the boiler. In the process 1 to 2 the steam will expand in the turbine. In the process 2 to 3 the expanded steam will be condensed in the condenser. That condensate again it will send to the boiler. This we discussed several times. Here there is a phase change. Water is converting into steam, again steam is converting into water. Because of this phase change, there is a lot of heat addition and heat rejection taking place. Heat addition in the boiler, heat rejection in the condenser. Okay. Because of this, there is a less mass flow rate. But in case of Joule or Brayton cycle, here the working fluid is gas. The entire cycle is working using gas as a working fluid. Okay. So since the entire cycle is gas, it is a single phase cycle. There is no phase change at all. It is a single phase cycle. Because of this, there is a high mass flow rate in the Joule or Brayton cycle. It can handle larger volume also. As you can see here, in the Brayton cycle, there will be a compressor. Here, this compressor may be a centrifugal or axial compressor. Okay. So this is the difference between gas turbine and steam turbine. Now let us see the working of the Joule or Brayton cycle. Now let us discuss Joule or Brayton cycle. It will have a number of components. Compressor between process 3 to 4, combustion between 4 to 1, turbine between 1 to 2. All processes are taking place at different components. As you can see here, the fresh air enters into the compressor. In the compressor, the air gets compressed isentropically between process 3 to 4. So 3 to 4 is the isentropic compression process. Compressed air will enter into the combustion chamber. Here we supply a fuel into the combustion chamber. Once fuel and compressed air mixed, there will be a combustion. It will release a high energy flue gases. Those gases will enter into the turbine. So process 4 to 1 is the heat addition at constant pressure inside a combustion chamber. The next process is 1 to 2. 1 to 2 is the isentropic expansion in the turbine. High energy flue gases will enter into the turbine and it will expand isentropically between 1 and 2. Once this high energy gases hits the turbine blades, the turbine will rotate and it will generate power. After expanding through the turbine, exhaust gases gets cooled. Again it will be sent to the compressor. So process 2 to 3 is the cooling process. Here the important point is, to run the compressor we require a power. That power we take from the turbine, which is during the expansion 1 and 2. Again I am repeating, in Brayton cycle, to run the compressor, some part of the power take from the turbine power. So this is regarding Brayton cycle. The one more point is, in Rankine cycle, as we know that steam will have high specific volume, liquid will have less specific volume. For less specific volume we require small size pumps. For high specific volume we require high size pumps. That we already discussed one of our previous class. So here in Brayton cycle, the entire cycle is using gas. Since there is no phase change, here we require bigger size of compressors. So generally here we use axial compressors or centrifugal compressors. Now let us draw a PV diagram and TS diagram for Joule or Brayton cycle. First of all, let us discuss about PV diagram. Process 1 to 2 is the isentropic expansion. So during the expansion, the volume will increase and the pressure decreases between 1 and 2. Process 2 to 3 is the cooling. Cooling at constant pressure between 2 to 3. So since it is a constant pressure, it is a straight horizontal. 3 to 4 is the isentropic compression. So during the compression, the pressure will increase and the volume will decrease. 4 to 1 is the again heat addition at constant pressure. So it is a straight horizontal line between 4 to 1. Now let us draw TS diagram. In TS diagram, since heat addition at constant pressure, say some P2, heat rejection at constant pressure P1. So the total cycle is working between the two constant pressures. So let us draw a two constant lines. P2 is the constant pressure line, heat addition. P1 is the heat rejection, constant pressure. Now the total cycle is working between the two cycles, two pressures. Again, the process 1 to 2 is the isentropic expansion. For isentropic expansion, since it is isentropic process, the line is the constant vertical line. Entropy is constant. 2 to 3 is the constant pressure. So 2 to 3 is the constant pressure. 3 to 4 isentropic compression. Again, since it is isentropic, it is a constant vertical line. 3 to 4. 4 to 1, again constant pressure. So 4 to 1 is the constant pressure line. P2. So this is TS diagram. So this is regarding Joule or Brayton cycle. Now let us find thermal efficiency. Thermal efficiency of the gas turbine is net work done divided by heat added. Net work done is work done by the turbine minus work done by the compressor, because to run the compressor we are taking the part of the power from the turbine. So we can write it as work done by the turbine minus work done by the compressor for net work done. For heat added it is Q. But work done by the turbine equals to Cp into T1 minus T2. From the TS diagram, in the TS diagram, the process 1 to 2 is the isentropic expansion in the turbine. So work done by the turbine, we can write it as Cp into T1 minus T2, because here temperatures are T1, T2. But here Cp is in isentropic process, as we know that work done equals to minus integral 1 to 2 VdP. Since the process 1 to 2 is isentropic process, PV power gamma equals to constant. So the same thing I have written here. When we do integration, the equation it would be a work done by the turbine equals to gamma by gamma minus 1 P1 V1 minus P2 V2. Fluid can be treated as a ideal gas. So we can write it as P1 V1 equals to RT1. Same way we can write P2 V2 equals to RT2. Once you substitute in the above equation, we can write it as gamma by gamma minus 1 RT1 minus RT2. Here R is the gas constant. The same equation we can write it as, if we take R common, gamma R by R minus 1 divided by T1 minus T2. So here in the above equation, the Cp is gamma R by gamma minus 1. Now finally, thermal efficiency equals to work done by the turbine minus work done by the compressor divided by heat. But work done by the turbine is Cp into T1 minus T2, because isentropic expansion in the process is between 1 to 2. Same way we can write it for work done by the compressor. On TS diagram, work done by the compressor is process 3 to 4. So we can write it as Cp into T4 minus T3 divided by Q. heat addition. Heat addition is between 4 to 1. So we can write it as Cp into T1 minus T4. Okay. Here we are adding the heat in the process 4 to 1 in the combustion chamber. Now when we simplify this equation, the above equation Cp gets cancelled. T1 minus T2 minus T4 minus T3 divided by T1 minus T4. The same thing we can write it as T1 minus T4 minus T2 minus T3 divided by T1 minus T4. If we again further simplify, thermal efficiency equals to 1 minus T2 minus T3 divided by T1 minus T4. But as we know that from the TS diagram, T4 by T3 equals to P4 by P3 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. Same way we can write it as for process 1 to 2, T1 by T2 equals to P1 by P2 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. Here as we know that process 4 to 1 is the constant pressure process. So P4 equals to P1. Process 2 to 3 is the again constant pressure process. So we can write it as P3 equals to P2. Now once substitute these values in the above equation, so these both equations will be equal. T4 by T3 equals to T1 by T2. So this we can write it as T2 by T3 equals to T1 by T2, and also we can write it as T2 by T3 minus 1 equals to T1 by T4 minus 1. In the previous slide we added minus 1 both sides. We can write it as this equation: T2 minus T3 divided by T3 equals to T1 minus T4 divided by T4. The same equation we can write it as, if you take T4 this side and T1 minus T4 this side, we can write T2 minus T3 divided by T1 minus T4 equals to T3 by T4. But T3 by T4 equals to T2 by T1. So thermal efficiency in terms of temperature 1 minus T2 by T3 divided by T1 minus T4. This we can write it as 1 minus T3 divided by T4. But here T3 by T4 is P1 by P2 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma, because T3 by T4 equals to T1 by T2. So here P2 by P1 is the R. R is the pressure ratio. So this equation we can write it as, in the place of T3 by T4, 1 by R power gamma minus 1 by gamma. So finally thermal efficiency equals to 1 minus 1 by RP means pressure ratio whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. But what we have discussed till now is it is for air. So it is a air standard cycle. We have discussed here, we have taken only temperatures. On TS diagram we consider only temperatures. We not considered kinetic energy of the gas. Actually, once fuel and air mixed, there will be flue gases, but this cycle is only for air, pure air. So actually on TS diagram, process 3 to 4 is the isentropic compression process, but actually it is not a straight vertical line, it is a inclined line. The 4 point shifted to 4 dash because there will be losses. Same way, process 1 to 2 is the isentropic expansion process. Here also it is not a straight line, it is an inclined line. Point 2 shifted to right side 2 dash. And also process 4 to 1 is the heat addition process in the combustion chamber at constant pressure. There also losses will be there, so that line it would be shifted downwards like this. So this is the new point. Okay, so these are the losses. If we consider losses in the process 3 to 4 dash, work done by the compressor equals to, we can write it as Cp into T4 dash minus T3. Here 4 dash is the new point. Same way, if we consider 1 to 2 dash, work done by the turbine, we can write it as Cp into T1 minus T2 dash. Here 2 dash is the new point if we consider here losses. So we need a standard efficiency for comparison purpose, but generally we should have a basic value of efficiency, then only we can compare the other values. So a standard efficiency is for comparison purpose. Actually efficiency of the turbine is different. The other important point is, if you look at the TS diagram, the process 4 to 1 is the heat addition process in the combustion chamber. So generally heat addition Q equals to Cp into T1 minus T4. But this is not the heat addition in the process 4 to 1. This is wrong, because actually Q equals to 1 plus mf into CPG, Cp gas T1 minus Cp T4. So this is the actual equation. Now let me explain how this equation came. Here first let us discuss this part. Cp gas. Here I have written Cp gas because T1 at point 1. If we take at point 1, here we are not getting the pure air, because once air and fuel mixed in the combustion chamber, there will be a combustion. After combustion, high energy flue gases enter into the turbine. So definitely at point 1 there will be gas. So at point 1 I have written Cp gas T1 at point T1 minus Cp T4 at point 4 Here we are sending into the combustion chamber pure air only. So we can write CpT4. Coming to 1 plus TMF. Here I have written 1 plus MF because, say for example, 1 kg of air entering into the combustion chamber. Say some 1 kg of air plus, but in combustion chamber we are adding fuel also. So I have written mass of the fuel. So totally 1 kg of air plus mass of the fuel into Cp of gas T1 minus Cp T4. So this is the equation for heat transfer in the process 4 to 1.